Do subscribe to the channel. India-UAE bilateral relations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visit to the UAE, the RBI and its counterpart the Central Bank of the UAE signed two memoranda of understanding, MOUs. 1. While the first established a framework to promote the use of local currencies for cross-border transactions, the other was for interlinking payment systems. India-UAE bilateral relations. Political and diplomatic relations. 1. India and the UAE have established a comprehensive strategic partnership, leading to high-level visits and engagements. 2. This includes the historic visit of the Indian Prime Minister to the UAE in 2015, which marked the beginning of a new strategic partnership. The UAE's Crown Prince also visited India in 2017. 3. The two countries have institutionalized their political and diplomatic engagements through mechanisms like the UAE-India Strategic Dialogue. 4. India was invited as the guest of honor for the 6th World Government Summit. 4. For this, Prime Minister of India paid a state visit to the UAE in February 2018, further enriching the rapport established at the highest political levels between India and the UAE. 5. Modi's last visit to the UAE was in August 2019, when he received the UAE's highest award, Order of Zayed. Trade and investment. 1. The UAE is India's third largest trade partner and second largest export destination. 2. Bilateral trade reached approximately $72 billion in the fiscal year 2021-22. 3. The UAE has made substantial investments in India, with sectors such as construction development, power, air transport, tourism, and metallurgical industries receiving significant investment. 4. The first meeting of the Joint Committee of the India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, SEPA, that took place recently, in which the target of achieving $100 billion in bilateral trade by 2030 was set. 5. The SEPA, which was implemented in May 2022, aims to promote economic cooperation and enhance trade relations between India and the UAE. It focuses on expanding non-oil sectors of trade, indicating that the target of $100 billion will not include oil trade. 6. To facilitate the implementation of the agreement and address various trade-related issues, several subcommittees and councils will be established. 7. One such subcommittee will specifically handle matters pertaining to services trade. 8. India's major export items to the UAE are precious metals, stones, gems and jewelry, minerals and refined petroleum products, food items, cereals, sugar, fruits and vegetables, tea, meat, and seafood, textiles, garments, apparel, synthetic fiber, cotton, yarn, and engineering and machinery products and chemicals. 9. India's major import items from the UAE are petroleum and petroleum products, precious metals, stones, gems and jewelry, minerals, chemicals, wood and wood products. Defense and security cooperation. 1. Bilateral defense interaction between India and UAE has been steadily growing in accordance with other aspects of the bilateral relationship. 2. There have been regular high-level and functional-level exchanges between the two countries. 3. The ships of the navies of both countries have regularly made port calls enhancing bilateral defense cooperation. 4. India and UAE signed a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2017 and hold annual defense dialogues. More recently, UAE is a key part of the Indian Ocean Region Dialogue. 5. Both sides take part in military exercises with each other and there have been several military chiefs' visits. 6. The maiden bilateral naval exercise, Gulf Star 1 Foot, took place in March 2018. 7. Desert Eagle 2, a 10-day air combat exercise, was held between the air forces of India and UAE. Space cooperation. 1. Space is a new arena in which India and the UAE have collaborated through the work of the UAE Space Agency, UAESA, and the Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO. 2. Space cooperation between India and the UAE gained quick momentum during Prime Minister Modi's visit to the Emirates in 2015. 3. Together, the two space agencies have developed the nano-satellite, NAIF-1, which was launched from the Satish Dhawan Space Centre, Sriharikota in India. 4. The two countries are likely to work together on Emirates' Red Planet mission. Indian community. 1. The Indian expatriate community of approximately 4 million is the largest ethnic community in UAE, constituting roughly about 35% of the country's population. Challenges in India-UAE relations. 1. Slow implementation of investments. The establishment of a $75 billion investment fund by the UAE for infrastructure projects in India, announced in 2015, has faced delays in finalizing the modalities and governance structure. This slow implementation hampers the realization of investment commitments. 2. Lack of clarity and transparency. Indian companies operating in the UAE often face challenges due to a lack of clarity in commercial regulations and labor laws. Additionally, a lack of transparency on the part of Emiratia businesses adds to the difficulties faced by Indian companies. 3. Issues concerning the Indian diaspora. Indian migrants in the UAE face cumbersome and strict regulations, particularly in relation to Emiratia employers. Problems such as favoritism towards workers of other nationalities and a slight drop in remittances inflow from the UAE to India have been observed. 4. Influence of the Pakistan factor. Historical and civilizational ties between India and the Gulf region are strained due to the influence of the Pakistan factor. Political relations are affected by tensions between India and Pakistan, which impact India's relations with countries in the region. 5. Balancing geopolitics. India's relations with Iran and the UAE's relations with China create a dynamic where geopolitical considerations can sometimes challenge the bilateral relationship between India and the UAE. 6. Energy pricing disagreements. As an OPEC country, the UAE has a different perspective on energy pricing compared to India, a major oil consumer. 6. Disagreements over energy pricing, including India's call for a cap on prices, have led to heated exchanges between oil ministers in the past.